gentlemen, and welcome to the lair of the film Exorcist. Tonight, I will be reviewing Domestic Girlfriend, the story of a boy who unknowingly loses his virginity to one of his new stepsisters, also has a crush on the other, and how they all handle it. The crew consists of director Shota Ihata. The story was written by Tatsuo Takahashi. The music was written by Masato Koda, and it was created by Dio Mida. The people that also created Fuka, a really good anime. Now, the cast involves Natsuo Fuji, who is voiced by Taku Yashiro, and Austin Tyndall. Welcome back, Austin. Rui Tachibana, who is voiced by Maya Ichida, a very prominent actress on this channel. And also Natalie Riel. Hina Tachibana is voiced by Yoko Hikasa and Patricia Duran. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the most important part of this show, my opinion. Now, Domestic Girlfriend is a really great romance anime, believe it or not, despite the title. The show, it portrays many elements of different romances, from the unrequited love, love affairs, fake love, and the love between step-siblings, which is a very well-known concept in anime if you've heard of the well-known show Exorcist, another really good romance anime, despite the hint of step-sibling love and how sexual it really gets in that show. Now, most of the show follows the point of view of Natsuo, the male protagonist of the story, as he deals with his crush on his older stepsister / teacher, Hina, and his previous sexual encounter with his other step-sibling, Rui, after a mixer, as they slowly try to get used to living together, and as he joins the literary club, to which it helps him blossom as a writer because of his talents for writing, which we hear about a lot during the series, and he even wins an award later on. Now, let me move on to the good parts of the show, which I really love the mixed-up relationship between step-siblings as they deal with their feelings for each other in their own ways, especially when they know that it's forbidden. Because they're still technically family, despite not being blood-related, until the last half, which I explain in my dislikes, and it's a really big problem in it. Natsuo is he's completely in love with Hina throughout this entire series, but he also ends up dragging Rui along, which makes the relationship as siblings very complicated and very strained, which kept me watching and got me hoping that they would get caught sooner or later, because I've always been interested in strong, forbidden love stories, especially between siblings. And another part I really like is the very flamboyant Kobayashi, the bartender, who usually gives romantic advice to our main characters. Now, I find him to be a very funny character to watch, especially when he goes all out with explaining women to Natsuo, or when he stops a fight from breaking out between Natsuo and Shu by bringing them food, because he didn't want a fight breaking out in his bar. I also really love Rui as a main character. She's the girl that most root for because they know the main character will never love her, but you still hope one day she will get her shot. Now, the story also has its bad qualities, which are really hard to miss if you've seen as many romance animes as I have, and that's a lot. I've been watching anime since I was 13. Now, the first flaw I've noticed is the very stupid joke of the parents always turning to the thought that when the siblings fight, it's their fault or it's because of the remarriage, and they feel that they hate the remarriage, or they hate that they've been pulled into this unconsciously for most of it. We also witnessed this when Natsuo ran away to his best friend's house for 2 days, and when he came back with Ruri, their parents were sitting at the table with divorce papers, which was pretty stupid, and this this joke goes on way too long. It's happened 3, maybe 4 times, and I just got tired of it way quickly. I hate how Natsuo later on turns into a total douche after he explained to Ruri how he feels about her sister in the rain, and then after telling Hina about it, he decides to focus more on the relationship with her instead of caring about how he hurt Ruri in the end. After that point, I started to realize throughout the entire series, it turns out that he's never really cared about anyone other than himself and his love for Hina. I mean, throughout the show, he's been called a kid by Hina and Ruri, and it's honestly true. He's like a kid that just wants this one toy and just pushes away everyone else, all his friends, and all his toys just for this one. And it makes him very spoiled. And this gets to the point where I just hate him as much as I hated the main character of School Days. Except in this show, sadly he does not die. Instead, he gets rewarded in the end, which completely aggravated me to a whole nother level. I also hate how Ruri literally always gets thrown to the side during the show because she's not Natsuo's lover. She's in love with him, but he doesn't want her. And I just feel they should have given her a better chance than for her to just be the girl that's always on the sidelines, or I guess you could say the girl next door that never gets the guy, and she's always treated like her feelings don't matter. And it pisses me off, because I don't like characters being treated so badly. Now, I do have a lot of mixed feelings for the show, because of how mad it gets me with how bad they made some of their characters. Like the American boy who they keep on calling a Yankee, and a lot of times you feel like he's the main American stereotype. And that kind of really aggravates me, because personally, I'm American. I'm from New Jersey, and I don't like seeing these dumb stereotypes. No matter how sometimes they can be funny, it's just, that's not all American. Don't. But it also can get me excited for what happens next. So, because of all these feelings, I'm giving this show a 5 out of 10, and I recommend it to anyone that likes a good soap opera, or those that love to hate the main character. So, now, next week, if you're wondering, I've decided to review Corpse Party, one of the goriest horror animes I know, and I can't wait to watch it again. After that, we'll be doing Coraline, and then we will be doing another, and then we'll decide from there for November. So, have a great night, everybody, and please remember, never ignore the quiet, antisocial girl. Because sometimes they could be your lover, they could be your best friend, or they could be your next stepsister. Good night, everybody!